Welcome to Cafe Inoma and welcome to my reaction to Crowded House, and I'm going to react to the song Heaven That I'm Making. This is my first time listening to this song and it will be a single take and honest reaction, an impromptu reaction. Let's listen to Heaven That I'm Making. Should be interesting to listen to. Let's roll.
Plead with my saint, wash his hands and feet, find his complaint, make this world complete, and this heaven that I'm making enough, and the big wave that I'm taking, it feels like I'm just waking up. That I'm making, it can't come quickly enough, and the big wave that I'm taking, it feels like I'm just waking up, and I'll be there if all of creation is kind. I hear as I'm walking in through the crowd, as if I could float through the air. This heaven, this is heaven. That I'm taking, it can't come by quickly enough. If there is hell on earth, there must be heaven too, both in one place, and not a second to lose.
Wow, this is good, and it ended well, and what ends well, all's well when it ends well. That's how it is. Heaven that he's making, he's trying to create heaven, he's really pursuing it hard, he's trying his best, he's relentless, he's not going to give up on it, because the logic is, if hell is on earth, there will be heaven too. There must be heaven too, both in one place, and that's what he's looking forward. He's focusing more on creating the heaven. He's not that concerned, not bothered about the hell at all, and that's what I like. Me too. I look at the contributing on the positive side, no matter how much you have to do and how long you have to do, because the negativity is already enough. and it's already created enough. We don't have to contribute much. It's already there. And more than complaining about it, more than thinking about it, more than adding things to it, if we just keep on doing the good things, good things, good things, there's no end to it. It can continue happening, because there is no end to bad and there is no end to good too. There is no measure, there is no tangibility. You can go on doing, go on doing, go on doing, and if not, if it may not eliminate, eradicate, or overtake the bad, it will definitely do the balancing. So there will be enough good and there is bad already. I enjoyed the music. There was something different about the music. First I thought that lingering bass kind of sound was more like sounded more like Indian instrument, stringed instrument, sitar or veena or something like that, was played gently, one time, once at a time, something like that. Then that faded away, it didn't come back, and then the music was interesting. There were guitars playing, and then I think most of the things, apart from the drums, were done on the keyboard, I assume, because there were different sounds that were coming. There were different there was different tune and music that was created, but it didn't, I could not really think what instruments they were using. So it was unique, it was done differently, and it was interesting to listen to on the first listen. I definitely like that instrument. I don't know how it was done, which sounded more like Indian stringed instrument, with the lingering sound to it. It was there almost till the 2/3 of the song, and then towards the end it did no sound of it, not at all. So that was interesting for me to listen to, because it was like a good element, a highlight in the music that was playing. With the vocals, it was clean and nice, and it was good. It is a good song. I won't say it is mind-blowing stuff as such, but it's a good song, and I definitely like the concept of heaven that I'm making. It started little weird, with plead with my saint to wash his hands and feet, find his complaints and things like that. I don't know who is this and what this ritual is, what exactly this activity is. We have different things definitely that we do in India, in our culture, but I don't know what this ritual is, so I won't know and I won't comment on it. But most of the song that I understood was mainly positive, and that heaven that is creating on earth is trying to do good, is trying to create something good, which is appreciated. Everyone should contribute, if as much as possible they should contribute to the good and goodness on this planet, not the bad. Because the other day I was having a conversation with my sister, and I was talking about how young children, very very young children, to the up to the age of 10, up to the age of 12, they sometimes, I see and I notice, having my own children as well, when I take them to the park, and the kind of impact they leave on me is not always positive. They are very nasty by that age itself. By 10, by 12, they bully, and they are compulsive bullies, not just once, that because they were in a bad mood or a bad day, having a rough day. The children these days, young children, are also compulsive bullies. I'm not talking about all of them, I'm not talking about 100%, but a certain percentage of children definitely are suffering from a lot of problems, and thus this compulsive bullying nature that they are already building in them. So I've observed, I've seen, I notice, and it disturbs me to an extent. You can't really do anything about it. You can't tell their parents that your kids are, look what they are doing. That's not your job, and nobody wants that kind of a feedback from an onlooker or a stranger. You just have to mind your business and then leave the place. But I do notice these things, and I wonder, why are these children not taught by their parents to not do that? So I was talking to, I had a conversation with my sister about all this. I was just sharing it with her, and then she was saying that in fact people encourage their children to be these days more bold and stronger and a little bit nasty, or on the rough side, because the world is that way. I I I understand and I agree with her that parents are concerned that the world is such a bad place, and to live here, survival of the fittest, you have to have that kind of roughness in you to a limit, to a certain extent. But if it becomes a compulsive nature of somebody, if it becomes a habit of somebody, that is what makes things worse and worse. It is not going to come back to good. So if parents are resorting to such things, they also have to realize that what we are raising today, these children, what we are training them today, they are the ones that are going to be the future tomorrow. And if they are raised that way, that they have to be bad in order to survive, and everybody is going to raise every single child like that, they have to be bad to survive, not just tough but bad to survive, the entire world is going to be bad. So where is the limit of it? There is no limit to badness. It can go on and on. You're this bad, there will be another person who will be worse than you, and then there is no comparison to things can get worse and worse and worse that way. So if we are looking at that as a countermeasure, I don't think we are looking at a good future. Nevertheless, I mean, it's just a personal opinion and a personal experience. But I understand there is a lot of good as well in the same world. There are a lot of parents who also understand that the children have to be the face of tomorrow, and the children they present their parents and their upbringing, so they raise them in that way. So there is a lot of sanity and there is a lot of goodness too on the other side. On that note, thank you for watching. Thank you for your time.